a tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, hello, folks. It's good to see y'all. Hey, it's Sunday. Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week since I've seen any of you folks. I'm going to give a shout out real quick to the folks out in the chat, and then I got someone in the basement I'm going to pull up. Justin Anderson, he popped in early. It's great to see you, Justin. There's Kathy Kahan. Awesome, Kathy. And there's King Bluto. Yeah. There's Dean, that dancing machine. Great to see you, Dean. There's Ingalls family. Awesome. Who else we got here? Boy, everybody's just chatting away. Yeah. There's plain old Chuck. Great to see you, Chuck. Hope you're doing good. And there's Freeman James. Yeah, great to see you, brother. Great to see you. Yeah, well, I'll fill you guys in on what things are, what's going on, but I'm going to pull this fella out of the basement so he's not down there all alone. Yeah, I don't want him to get too lonely down there. Yeah.
You let me out! Oh my god!
Claustrophobic?
That cage, dude! What are you doing with a cage in the basement?
Well, it keeps my guests under control, you know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Chowser. Fox at Outdoors is here. Good to see you.
When was the last time you washed that thing out?
What thing? The cage?
Yeah.
Why wash it out? The next person will get it all dirty.
Oh, I can see why Phil doesn't like being in the basement.
Yeah, the basement can be a dark, lonely place.
It can be, especially when you're the only one in there.
Yeah. That's one thing I asked 3 times, you know. Yeah, we'll see if they ever do it, but I want them to have the capability of those in the basement can actually hear and talk to each other if they're not on the panel.
That'd be a really cool feature.
So it'd be like an actual green room where they're all there. Yeah, I'll be called up next,
Right.
and talk about what's going on and stuff.
I like that idea. That's a great feature request.
Yeah, I think it is. And where the host can toggle on and off, so I can be listening to what you guys are talking about in the basement while I'm talking to the audience.
Hi, Chuck.
Toggle between that, and then if I got somebody on the panel and I got folks in the basement, I can have that person on the panel. If they're doing a spiel that's going to take a while, I can have the sound from the basement coming in my earbud, and I'm listening to those characters. Yeah.
Eve, what those guys are saying down there. Maybe you don't want to know what we say down there.
Yeah, Chaucer doesn't. It says I don't know if I'd want to see or hear Nick Jones.
That elevator you've got coming out of the basement. I hate to tell you, but the call button doesn't work.
No,
I mean it
doesn't call anybody.
No, and the elevator never shows up.
Oh.
Is it one of those things that the only way out of the basement is by the person that controls the elevator from upstairs?
You gotta have that terminal so that you can tell it
the button downstairs.
Yeah. You have to activate the elevator. You can push the button all day, but if the person at the console doesn't activate the elevator, it ain't moving.
So that's what happened. I got stuck down there because you didn't push the button.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it looks like it should work. You can push that button all day, but it ain't coming.
Well,
unless I say, go ahead. Do as you were asked. Go ahead.
It's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
What you guys don't know is that Sty actually, I don't know how he's doing it, how he stays on the stream and he dresses up like the old school elevator guy that used to run the elevators and big sky rises, and he rides the elevator down, opens the door. Going up, second floor, Sty Shack and lingerie.
Yeah, please watch your step.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he stays on the stream and operates the elevator at the same time, unless there's two of you.
There's a lot of me. There's a lot of Sty masks out there. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck, for hitting the thumbs up. That's cool. I'm glad to be back.
We missed you.
I missed you guys. Samantha had a live stream this afternoon. I was over there watching for a while. I didn't comment or anything. I was afraid, geez, if I say something, they're going to want me on the panel. I wasn't. Yeah. At that moment, I just wasn't up to it. And that I'm going to give the whole rundown on what's going on with me after the Sty story tonight. When I drew the story for tonight, I was pleasantly pleased which story came up. Old Man on a Roof. That at least it's something that's kind of funny, So. Yeah, lately I need funny. God almighty, the 59 degrees today, and I went and I sat out on the porch for about an hour and a half today.
You were warmer than me. I was like 54.
54? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. My phone, beep, beep. I look at it. It's just a weather update. I look at it and it says it's 59 degrees. I'm going, what the hell am I doing in the house? So I just threw a pair of shoes on and light jacket, went out on the porch and sat out there on the chair. Just enjoyed the porch for a while and watched the snow melt. It's going away. Our lawn tractor never got properly covered. It's not my tractor. Otherwise, it would have been fully serviced and covered for the winter. But by the time I realized that tractor was sitting outside, we already had our first snows and ice and everything. And it made no sense to cover it with all that moisture on it already, So
service it this spring.
It was, this spring I'll do everything to it. I'll do a full servicing, but the whole machine is exposed now because it's dark gray and black, and the sun, just enough of it was showing. The sun was been hitting it, and it just everything, all the snow, everything's off of it. And it was buried. You couldn't even see the tractor last week.
I believe it.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of snow this week. I was actually thinking I might try and do my live stream next week from out at the campfire because
oh, cool.
I more or less can see the fire pit.
Hi, Tim.
Still,
really?
There's still a little snow around it, but I mean, the pit itself is exposed. I might be able to actually have a fire outside next weekend.
Sure. Yeah. Running Water bought a new fire pit. It's sitting right over here, sitting right next to, not 10 feet from me. Big ass box with brand new fire pit in it. And he goes, oh, yeah, you set that up in the yard. I said, I ain't setting that up in the yard until we burn all that brush and crap that's out there. We're putting up, I'm going to set up a temporary pit and just cut and burn until all the tops of those trees are gone. And then I'll set this fire pit up in a more permanent location and use it, I won't be hurting for firewood for quite a while. We've got 5 big ash trees laying here that are very well seasoned, 3 years, almost 3 years. But unless my health changes, I will be renting a splitter. Yeah, I ain't hand splitting that shit.
No.
I might get 2 pieces split, and then I'll have to take a 2-hour break.
And then 2 more pieces.
Yeah. Which means it would take me 2 more summers to get that wood done. Yeah, it's a lot of wood. By the time, and it's not all bucked up yet. So by the time I get it all bucked up and split, even with
the electric chainsaw is going to get a workout.
Yeah, well, we got the Husqvarna, the big Husqvarna, and then we've got my electric, and Running Water's got an electric. So I'm taking Running Water's, having the battery, topped off and sitting on the side, mine battery topped off, go at it. I'll have those 2 saws I could run before if the first one doesn't have a good charge on it by the time I'm ready for it, I'll use the Husky on the big stuff. And then once the charge is done, jump back on the electric. And it's going to work out pretty good. And the smaller electrics, they got plenty of power. I got all kinds of small sapling shit that's 3 inches around, 2 to 3 inches. There's got to be 150, 200 of them out there. They got to be all cut off. And the electric is going to come in handy for those.
Oh, I believe it.
Because it's so lightweight. It's only a 16-inch bar. And mine's a little heavy because it's got that bigger 80-volt battery in it.
Right.
So it's closer to a regular gas saw weight, but
What do you want, Teal?
yeah.
The big brown dog is over here saying, "Love me.
Love me. Love me.
Love me." Come here, big brown dog. Come on. You gonna come up or not? Come on.
I wasn't surprised to see Teal out there with you.
We were gonna bring Liberty, but it was a little cold for her.
Yeah. And the conditions, you don't know what they're going to be having to walk in. And, yeah.
Well, and Liberty's smaller. I mean, she'll walk all day in the woods with us, but
yeah,
like you said, you don't know the conditions, and her coat is so much thinner, and
yeah,
we've got a jacket for her, but her paws get cold and everything. It was just like she can stay home. Teal had it.
Justin, I've got an Atlas. I picked mine up at Harbor Freight, and it's going to cost you. They're not cheap to get a good one. That Atlas. I think that the saw was $109. The battery, because it don't come with the battery. You got to buy the battery separate. Because you got choices. You can get a 40-volt battery for it, or you can get an 80. The 80 gives it twice as long of runtime. The 80-volt cost $109, so it cost me, or no, the battery was $119 for the saw, so it was a $230 thereabouts, And so that's what you're going to pay for a good gas saw anyway, but then you got to keep in mind I bought the gas too for that price,
right?
Because all I got to do is charge the batteries,
which is pennies.
Yeah, compared to going to the gas pumps nowadays. Damn gas,
especially these days. Holy cow! We took the truck to Morgan Falls, and I'm glad we did. I would not have wanted to take Stephanie's Rogue to Morgan Falls with how icy those roads were, but oh my Lord, 15 miles to the gallon, 110 miles round trip. That hurt.
What is gas down Park Falls right now?
Quick Trip's at $3.97.
Really?
Yeah, they just dropped it today.
I wonder what ours is at, because it was at $4.09 yesterday.
Well, let me look and see on Quick Trip's website.
Quick Trip, yeah, that's the highest you're going to pay in our town.
Oh, let's see here.
The Kirst station's usually the cheapest.
Kirst is usually the cheapest, yeah. Oh, stop it, dog.
That's because it's Venezuelan oil.
Oh, let's see here. Ashland.
Dean paid $235 for 40 gallons of diesel. Yeah.
Which one's which? I'm going to pick that one because that's the one by Sty's house. Let's see here. It says unleaded 87 is 4059 and E85 is 385.9, and then unleaded 88 is 4029.
Well,
I'm actually cheaper than you right now.
Yeah. It only went down 4 cents.
Diesel's actually almost $5 a gallon. Glad I don't have to drive diesel.
Yeah. And I can remember back when people were switching to diesel because diesel was so much more economical, cheaper.
Diesel was, for years, diesel was cheaper, plus you got better fuel economy out of it. Now, because of that ultra low sulfur and everything else they do to it, it's no longer cheaper than gas to produce.
No, it's more, and that's it. It's more expensive for them to refine it than it used to be.
Right. And that's what people don't understand when they say, why is diesel more expensive than gas now? Because it's not the diesel of 30 years ago.
See, people think diesel is a it's that diesel is closer to raw oil, you know. No, they don't understand. Diesel fuel is a refined fuel.
Yep.
Just like gasoline is a refined fuel. And there's to actually process and create diesel fuel is more expensive than it is to make gasoline.
Especially once you add in all the ultra low sulfur and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before all that, when it was just low sulfur, not ultra low sulfur, it actually was fairly easy to refine and was cheaper than gasoline.
Yeah. 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 $5.35 for diesel in Pittsburgh.
Yikes.
It was 99 cents a gallon when Dean bought that diesel. That's and that the $4.99 in Minnesota. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane when when you get 5 gallons for $20.
Yep.
And when your truck holds 30 gallons,
that hurts.
That's ching ching. I mean, that's $120 to fill that truck if it's on empty,
Yeah, and I've got a 35-gallon tank in my F-250, so it's more like 150.
Yeah. I think technically, well, I don't know. It might be 34. 34 is what the manual says.
Okay, so yeah, you're in the same ballpark, like 150 if you're on dead empty.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss the having 6 months of just pulling into the station and using somebody else's card to fill the truck. I'm filling that damn Forest Service truck once a week for $75 a shot. Now it's going to cost them about $130.
Yeah.
For the same miles I was driving.
I figure they'll save some money on me because Chris said I'm not getting a 3/4 ton this year.
No,
he said. I said, oh come on, pulling that water tote around everywhere.
Yeah,
I'll do it, but it ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
He said, well, there aren't any 3/4 tons. I said, I get it, but come on, find me a 3/4 ton.
Yeah, look harder.
He was threatening to give me a Yugo.
Oh, jeez.
Or an AMC Eagle.
Oh, fun.
I said, I'll take the Eagle.
That's before
I'll take the Eagle all day long.
At least they didn't get you some little pipsqueak commuter car with a trailer hitch on it and tell you to pull the trailer around with the tank behind you.
Right.
The trailer.
Oh, and by the way, that same trailer is the one you got to use to move the lawnmower. So good luck unloading the tank when you're ready to move the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah. You got to use up the tank so you can use the lawnmower. Yeah, Justin, you're right. You pull into a gas station and you feel like you're supposed to throw some money out the window before you even get out of the vehicle.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is where we just piss our money away.
How much fuel would you like today, sir? I don't know, $20 worth. There you go, sir.
Hi, JCT. It is so good to see you. So good to see you.
Yeah, European fuel is expensive. I don't know how they afford to drive over there.
Well, see, the thing is, and they do have some issues, but for the most part, like Great Britain, for one thing, if they're paying $10, $12 a gallon, and if it's costing them more to commute and drive around than it does us here, that's their problem. They better find a different route to take or some shit. Because here in the U.S., I mean, son of a bitch, if I got to go see a medical specialist, I got to drive. It's 130 miles round trip. Now, if I did that in Great Britain, I drove across the country and back.
That is
You
true.
know, that there's nowhere in Great Britain that they need to drive that far compared to what we do in rural America. And
Well, Stephanie went to Wausau a couple of weeks ago for something, and it was the closest place she could go to do it, and
yeah,
it's 215 miles round trip.
yeah, ouch.
Thankfully, that road got 35 miles to the gallon doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, my truck getting 14, 15. I don't go too far too often.
Right now, that F-250 is reading 12.4 on this tank. And that's, the run to Morgan Falls and back. That was at, 15. And now just bombing around town for a week, dropped it down to 12. The last tank I did that was pure just bombing around Park Falls was 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's thirsty.
I don't know what it is with my truck. It averages 12.
Yeah?
I mean,
what you're doing?
It doesn't care if I'm in the town, out on the highway, pulling the trailer. I pull the adventure trailer behind it. It don't change the fuel mileage at all.
Huh.
And I was kind of pissed at the low mileage it was getting. That 14, 15 is the best I'll ever get on the highway. But then I realized, well, I'm getting damn near that in town too. So then I figured a trade-off was worth it. I was thinking I was probably going to get about 8 or 10 in town and maybe 16 to 18 on the highway. It worked out. No, it's getting on the average 12 all the time. So, yeah, it's a wash.
I can't wait to see what I get pulling that house of mine.
Yeah. Yeah. See, now I haven't pulled that heavy of a load to know, so I don't know if my truck, I'm sure that would definitely affect.
My EcoBoost would get about 9 pulling that trailer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have no idea what to expect out of this F-250. I'm hoping for about 9.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because then I'm looking for about 5 gallons of gas getting to Black Lake.
Yeah.
You're going to Black Lake? Here's $30.
Yeah. That's nuts. You guys got to get used to me dabbing my nose. I'll explain it all after the Sty story. And if I all of a sudden pop off screen, if all of a sudden you just see the Sty North emblem and I'm muted, it's because I'm having a sneezing fit. And I don't want to blow anybody's ears out, because I tell you what, when I sneeze, the windows rattle in the house. Yeah.
Oh, you're like me. When you sneeze, you blow a hole in the floor.
Yeah. I got to watch where I'm facing, because I don't want to blow. I don't want to blow monitors off my studio and shit. And if I don't get a Kleenex in my face soon and quick enough, the old beard's flopping. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a sneezer, big time sneezer.
I get it. When I start sneezing, you hear me for 3 city blocks.
Yeah, that's why that's one of my benefits of living alone. I don't have nobody complaining at me saying, "You're so damn loud when you sneeze." Yeah.
What motor, Justin? It's the 6.2 gas.
Oh, you got a 6.2 in yours?
Yeah.
I got the 5.4 in mine.
Yeah, in the I've got it's a 2013 with a 6.2 and 373 years.
I wish I had a 6.2, because that damn King Ranch is 865 pounds heavier than a standard.
Yeah, you're probably almost as heavy as my F-250.
Yeah, in fact,
because I took the scale 7,000 pounds.
Yeah, the standard 250 is what the King Ranch weighs. Yeah,
I believe it.
And Well, just the damn leather seats in it. They're each of those seats are 50 pounds heavier than standard seats, cloth seats. The heavy patent leather seats, everything patent leather in that damn truck, so heavy.
I would get that with my F-150 that I had with the EcoBoost chuck. 2022 was pretty
Yeah.
low. When I went to Ashland to help Sty move, that's what I got out of it. It was about 2022.
Yeah.
When I brought the F-250 home from Green
Boy,
Bay.
I'm glad you helped me when you did, because, oh man, I would have given you more money. I would have had to have with the gas prices today, because it was $1.50 a gallon cheaper back then.
It was.
And I thought it was high back then. But oh my God. Hey, that's good news too. It only took them, let's see, January, February, and half of March. 2.5 months to finally. I sent them 2 letters. I made a phone call, didn't get to talk to anybody, left a message. Finally, they called me Friday and they said, if you can get to our office before 2 o'clock this afternoon, guess what? We have a package for you. That's where that plaque from the Forest Service was. It got delivered to my old address.
Well, that's the address Chris would have had, I bet.
Right. So they said, we got a package for you. And I said, I hope it's small and in a legal sized envelope. And they go, oh, by the way, we got that for you too. My deposit for that damn apartment.
Oh, good.
And I figured, well, I'm not going to ask. I'll just be surprised when I open it. It might be 100 of that 450 or something, because they're going to steam clean the carpets because I didn't have the opportunity and blah, blah, blah. So okay, Kathy. Yeah. Hi, Ben Kroll. Good to see you. Anyway, I lost track of where the hell I was.
You were talking about your packages.
Oh, yeah. So I opened that letter up and they gave me 100% of my deposit plus interest for 3 years on it. I went right back in the building, talked to the manager. I said, you forgot to charge me for the carpet cleaning. They said the maintenance guys went in there and they said 20 minutes and they were done and out of there.
Oh, wow.
They said that there's no way in hell they were going to, because they charge $100 per room.
Right.
They said there's no way in hell we were going to charge him when we were in and out of there 20 minutes. That's hauling the machine in there, hooking up, cleaning, and pulling out. They said it was so easy they said there was just that one spot that they said took a little work because they had to set it at the highest temp setting. It's because I had a wax candle.
Is that the wax candle thing?
Yeah. So, oh wellish, But yeah, I was so glad to see that they did that. That was pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, it's Sty Story time.
All right. Well, I'm going to duck out of here, Sty. I'll be listening.
Okie dokie. Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you later.
You bet. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, folks. Hey, time for the Sty Story. Let's whip this up. I think I remember how to do them. I've only done 200 and some, so I should have this figured out. It's kind of like riding a bicycle, right? Okay, so this story, Old Man on a Roof. Old Man on a Roof. I like reminiscing and thinking about the old days. And this is back, I was just a kid. I don't even remember how old I was at the time, But I rode around town on my bicycle all the time, all over town, And those were the days, you felt safe having your kids running all over. And I didn't miss a thing, man. My pop was a chief of police in town, and I like to. I did think of it as being a tattletale. It's just that, oh, it helps my pop out to know if I see something a little odd, going on in town, So I was kind of like his little informant, because I was riding everywhere. Well, there was one part of our neighborhood. We lived on this big, long avenue, right? And there were only houses down one side of this long avenue. On the other side was railroad tracks. Train come through twice a day. Well, down that long avenue, there were two little town roads, town streets that were only, and they connected to each other. They went around in a big loop. It was like one city block. And then off of that was another little road that went over about a city block and dead ended. Well, I was riding my bike and I went down that dead end road. I'm riding down that dead end road. And down at the end of that road, excuse me, down at the end of that dead end road, there was a house sitting right at the very end. Kind of a small place. Well, an old bachelor lived in that house, that old single guy, old boy. And I rode down to the end of that road. And I'm looking around, just checking everything out. And then all of a sudden I realized, I was kind of shocked. I realized this old man. Now this old boy he was no younger than 65 years old. I'd say he's between 65 and 75 years old. He's up on the roof of his house, right at the peak, and he's sitting in a folding metal chair, and he's got two legs on either side of that peak of the house. And he's sitting up in that chair, and he's got a beer in his hand, and he's drinking a beer up there, sitting on the roof of his house. Well, I parked my bike. I'm watching him up there. And I kept thinking to myself, why is there an old man sitting on the roof? He's just sitting up there. And I'm watching him, and he's kind of looking around. Then all of a sudden he leans forward and he's looking kind of off in the distance. And I thought, wonder what he's looking at. Then he relaxes, leans back in his chair, drinking his beer again, lights himself a smoke. And I thought, that's kind of odd. Oh, well, whatever. So I rode on. I was out roaming around. Now, he had me curious. The next day, this is during the summer, no school. We didn't have school, summer break. So the next day, I'm riding in through town. I thought, I'm going to go back down that dead end road, see if that old man's still up on the roof of the house. Yep, there he was. He's sitting back up on the roof of his house. Now, this is about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I thought, I wonder how late he stayed up there the day before. But there he is. He's sitting up there. And this time he's got a cup of coffee in his hands. Well, it looked like a cup of coffee. I went off, did something for the day. On my way home that evening, it was getting close to dark. It was getting kind of dark, And I figured I'd better get my tail home. Mom and Pop are going to chew me out for being out past dark on the bike. Well, I go down the end of that road and I look up there and it's getting dark. Street lights are coming on, porch lights and the like. And there he is. He's still sitting up on the roof. But I notice he's got a beer in his hands, right? He's got a cardboard box next to him. He must have been throwing his empty beer bottles in there or something. I sat there kind of off to the side so he I figured he wouldn't notice me, right? I watched him for about a half hour or so and then realized, man, it's dark. It's getting pitch black. I got to get my tail home. And that old guy's still up on that roof. Well, I kept going past there about I'd say every day for about a week. And that old guy's always up on the roof. And I thought, that I got to let my dad know about. Because that ain't right, man. He's up there every day, and he's up there until after dark. After dark, one of these times, he's going to fall off that roof. So I told my pop about it. My pop starts kind of chuckling, and he says, oh, yeah. He's already been reported to me a couple of times. He says, the old boy got in an argument with the mayor. And I thought, what's that? The mayor is making him sit on the roof? And my pop says, no. He got in an argument with the mayor because the mayor has been doing some things that other people in town aren't allowed to do. He said, have you seen him with this camera yet? I said, I didn't notice a camera. He says, he's got a camera up there with him. He's going to catch the mayor doing these things, and then he's going to give that to the press. He's going to give that to the local newspaper to get that mayor in trouble. Well, here, him and the neighbor, their properties connect. And the mayor's house is almost a city block away from him. But from his roof, he can see the whole front of the mayor's house. There was the way it sat, he could see the front of the house and he could see the mayor's backyard. Hey, Timmers, great to see you. But here he's spying on the mayor. He's spying on the mayor. That's what he's doing up on the roof of the house. They had a land dispute over their property line between him and the mayor. And the mayor, I guess, decided he was going to get kind of cocky about it. And he said, well, I'm the mayor. And they ain't doing nothing to me. They're going to do what I tell them to do. City administrator handles land disputes, and he's going to lean in my favor to start with. Well, that old guy didn't like that. So he started threatening the mayor with he's going to do something along that property line. And the mayor tried to get my dad involved, the chief of police. Well, my dad said, no, that's between you two. You two need to settle it or go to court. Because he said there's nothing that he can do. Neither one of you are breaking the law. You just don't agree. You just got to go to court to get it settled. Well, that old guy decided he was going to catch the mayor doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing and then let the whole world know about it. So I rode down there after my pop said, don't worry about it. He says, I asked him to quit doing it because he's got the neighbors all concerned that he's up on that roof. And he said, the funny thing about it is the mayor don't know nothing about it. He says, I mentioned it to the mayor. Did you hear about the old guy sitting on the roof? And the mayor said, no. What do you mean the old guy sitting on? Oh, well, we got this old guy that's he's sitting up on his roof. We don't really know what's going on with him. My dad wasn't going to let the mayor on to the fact he's been watched, Well, I rode down there, and I rode this time right out in the open so that old guy could see me coming. And he sees me, and I come up kind of in the front of his house, and he waves at me, and I wave back at him. I said, I yelled at him, how do you get up there? He goes, look in the backyard. I went and looked in the backyard, and he had scaffolding set up and that big extension ladder up against that scaffolding. And he could go up that ladder onto the scaffolding, then onto the roof. And I thought, if he falls off of there, it's at least 20, 25 feet. He's going to bust himself up, kill himself. Sure enough, about a week later, he fell off the roof, broke his hip. My dad went and talked to him. The old guy was very upset, very upset. He told my dad, he says, you need to get to the mayor's house and confiscate that stuff he's got. My dad said, what stuff's he got? And he said, fireworks. The trunk of his car was packed full of fireworks. Well, I don't know what the rules are now, but at that time in Minnesota, they were illegal. You weren't allowed to even own them. You couldn't have them in your possession. So my pop went and confronted the mayor and said, I got a report that you have some fireworks. And the mayor said, oh, geez, somebody squealed on me. He said, who was it? My pop said, I can't tell you that. They wanted to remain anonymous. So he said, but they said they saw you unloading a whole truckload. Sure enough, he had the back seat of that squad car full of fireworks, right up to where you couldn't see out the back window through the rear view mirror. That's how many. The mayor had a big old Cadillac, and he had the whole trunk full. My pop confiscated all of his fireworks and wrote him a ticket for $50. Now, that was right around 1967, I guess. 65 to 67. $50 was a lot of money. And the fact that my pop wrote a citation to the mayor made the old guy that sat on the roof happy. He was all upset because he told my pop, I was so excited. I finally had him. I got pictures of him taking that fireworks out of his car. He said, so there's no way you can even lie about it. And he said, I was so excited coming down and I slipped on the ladder and fell. I guess the whole point is if you're going to sit on the roof of your house, you better have a good reason to just sit on the roof, especially when it's a peaked roof. You're sitting up there, way up there, sitting on the peak with just two legs of the chair on either side of that peak. Better have a good reason. He thought he did. Well, the following summer, riding around like I always did on my bike, I was down at his place, and that scaffolding was moved to the other side of the house. And I looked, and there's two young guys up there, and they're working on the roof. They're putting new shingles on the house. The old guy come walking out on his porch, and he waves at me, and I waved back. And I rode up the sidewalk to his house. I said, why aren't you up there doing that? He goes, I'm never going on that roof again. Ever. He said, there's no reason to go up there. I finally got even with the mayor. He says, the mayor has been much nicer since then. He says, I think he figured it out who squealed on him. Yeah. So there you go. even the mayor is subject to getting a fine. Should be. So there's your Sty story for this week. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Ben Kroll saying, what did they do with the fireworks? My pop had one of his officers. He told him, he says, I want you to take all them fireworks. I want you to take them out to the dump, out in the big open gravel area. 55-gallon drum sitting out there. He said, I want you to take that drum, put all them fireworks in it, destroy them all. He didn't say light them. He said destroy them all. What he was supposed to do is go out there and break them up. The weather was on and off, raining, and the old man figured that you break it all up and it gets soaking wet. Yeah, it'll ruin them. His officer took them all out, stuffed them all in 3 55-gallon drums he had set up. Stuffed them all full of all the fireworks. He set the first barrel, a match to the first barrel. Figured out he'd let that burn first, then do another. No, that's all it took, because it came from that first barrel to the other 2 barrels and had everything going at once. And we got a kick out of it because it was like on the 1st of July when he burned it up. And we all of us kids pedaled down there with our bikes to watch him do it. Glad he made us stay quite a ways away. That crap was flying everywhere. It was blowing off all over the place. Yeah. Oh man, that mayor had bought some really nice fireworks. So we got an early fireworks show. It was daylight, but it was fun to watch. Yeah. Thanks, Justin. I'm glad you enjoyed. I wish they would have let me burn them. Yeah. That would have been fun, eh, John? Yeah. The good times. Yeah. Good crazy times when I was a kid. Yeah. Yep. Now, on a more sober note, I don't have a lot of folks in the house right now, but one thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take just a 1-minute break. Don't anybody go anywhere. Hang around, stick around. Give you some channel updates. I've got some kind of important things to tell you folks, and we'll I'm having a real issue with my machine. There it goes. But I'm going to run this real quick. It takes 1 minute. It's less than 1 full minute. And I got weird things going on. I got weird stuff going on my computers for some reason. But we're going to run this real quick, and then we're going to get back, and I'm going to give you guys an update on what's going on with the channel and with me, and some of you will find some interest in it. So I'll be right back. Here's some great channels. Check these folks out. I see Kathy's asking new brand of smokes. Yeah. These are just menthol cigarettes. They're Montegos. They're they're out of my brand of cigars, so I had to get a carton of those. They won't get any new smokes in until Thursday of next week. So, yeah. Now I'm smoking regular cigarettes, and they're so doggone mild that, yeah, it's like sucking air through a tube. Yeah, I would think they'd know better and make doggone sure they had my brand of smokes, buy 4 cartons at a time from them, You were froze there, Ben, or Kathy? Or no, it's Ben. Yeah, nothing froze on this side. Watching it. Yeah, everything's running good. And on my side, got the highest speed internet available here in our town. And I can run multiple devices, live streaming anything, and nothing ever, no hiccups or nothing. The internet speed's so doggone high, it's ridiculous. So what's up with the channel? Justin Anderson's asking if I ever had a Cuban cigar. Actually, yes, I have. It's right out of Cuba. He gave me 4. I smoked one with him, and I took 3 home with me. I was down in Florida for business, and I run into this fella, and he had a cigar shop, and he hand rolled custom cigars. But he smoked nothing. He was a Cuban immigrant, and he smoked nothing but Cubans. He had his connections, and we were chatting away, and I was looking at some of his cigars. So I bought a half a dozen of his hand-rolled cigars. And he asked me if I'd like a few Cubans. And I said, well, they're going to cost me. I said, I know how that goes. He goes, I'll give you 4. He went in the back room, and he come out with the box, and he gave me 4 of the real McCoy. Yeah, they're good cigars, really good cigars. Yeah. But I have to say, his cigars were right neck to neck with those Cubans. That boy could roll a cigar, boy. Just to watch him sit there, what an art. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get back on topic, the channel. From this point forward, tomorrow evening, there will not be a Sty time, okay? And actually, from this point forward, there will not be Sty times for a while. I'm hoping that I can get back into that program schedule. But right now, I'm just not capable or able to. There will be Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Central Time, around the campfire. There will be Sty Story Sundays. Those 2 streams, I guarantee you, I will do whatever it takes to do those streams. The other 3 per week, the 1-hour shows, will not, until further notice, will not air. So the why for her. I don't know how much longer I'm actually going to be able to broadcast. I'm hoping it'll be a long time. Hoping that it'll be a very long time. But my health has gone down the tubes. Last year, May 1st, I weighed 225 pounds. It was 225.6 pounds. Today, I weigh 145 pounds. When you take all the science into effect, the fact of the matter is if they can't find out what's wrong with me, I'll probably be dead and gone within 2 months at this rate. I cannot stop losing weight. I keep trying to consume enough to at least maintain some weight. It does no good. The amount of intake I'm able to take isn't enough calories for me to maintain a body weight. My body is burning itself up. My calorie intake for a full day, 24-hour period, runs between 600 and 1,000 calories. You need 1,600 just to maintain a weight. That's doing nothing. Someone that is bedridden, they want to get at least 1,200 to 1,600 calories in them. If I manage, and it's a good day, I can sometimes get 1,000 calories into me. But usually it's about 600 is all I can get in. After the stream tonight, I'll have my food for the day. I haven't eaten all day. I just drink fluids throughout the day. Then, because I can't eat. But this is what in 24 hours, what I will consume. Cream soups. They're microwavable. They're like in a sippy cup. 11 ounces, less than 1 cup. Okay? This container of soup, I will microwave 4 times before I finally get it all slowly sipped and consumed. It'll take me between an hour and a half and 2 hours to consume this 11 ounces. So that is my diet. Along with, and I hate them, Vienna sausages. Why? Look at that little tiny container, right? There's only 120 calories in this, but it's got a very high fat content to it. That's why I'm eating those. The only way I can eat these is I strain the juice off of them, of course. And then I warm them up with barbecue sauce. This tiny little can will take me almost 2 hours to consume. If I try to consume it quicker than that, the act of chewing and swallowing triggers, I have hypersensitive saliva glands and nasal glands. If I start chewing and swallowing, those glands kick in and my stomach will fill with clear bodily fluids. And if I chewing and swallowing, my stomach fills up with those clear fluids, and I end up having to expel those clear fluids. Now, I don't lose what I ate, but I'll spend an hour throwing up, just clear, just like water, just clear fluid. And they haven't figured out what's causing those glands to do that. Get her done, Granny. I don't know. Hi, sweetheart. It is so good to see you. Ritz Spritz, it's great to see you. Oh, wonderful. Kathy says, drink some Ensure. I do. About every other day, what I do is instead of, I drink, they're like mineral waters. They got a lot of vitamins and crap in them for my fluids with a lot of electrolytes. But a 16-ounce bottle of energy water, it'll take me 3 hours to drink 16 ounces. This cup of coffee I've been sipping on, I've already had this cup of coffee in front of me for an hour and a half now. It's still about that full. Dean, it's my doctor. Her and I are getting together this week. We're doing a full change-up. She's going to be referring me out to some different specialists than the ones I've been seeing. Excuse me. The act of swallowing. I'll be going outside of a different, I'll be going to a different network of doctors coming up. I'm going to what do they call them, an oncologist or whatever. They're going to look at my stomach and throat, see if there's something, a growth or something. They're going to schedule me for MRI and a CAT scan. Now, all of my blood work comes back perfect. Like my doctor said, the blood work is the blood work of someone that's 25 years old. My diabetes isn't even an issue anymore. I still take a diabetic med, but my blood sugars are great. They're great. That's something I can eat occasionally, and that's ice cream. I love it when I can get it down because I can sit there and eat that ice cream. I love it. Me Dibble, it's great to see you, Mark. Gosh, it's great to see you. I'm hoping there's someone, I'm hoping that whatever it is benign. But because the blood work is coming back so good and normal, and they're not finding any evidence of any cancer activity or anything through my blood work, plus they did all these other screening procedures. Well, it's at that point my doctor realizes it too. She said to me, she says, I hate to even go here, but I got to tell you, we got to figure it out. We got to answer this question. And I stopped her and I said, I'm dying is what's happening. Right now, my thighs, between my knee and my hip, the thickest part of my thighs, I can touch my fingers and my thumbs and turn my hand. It's loose. My thighs are no bigger than that. They're no bigger than that. They used to be like this. I was a hiker, man. I hiked and I pounded it, man. I loved it. They're down to nothing. My thighs are smaller now than my biceps used to be. I have lost, you can see, I have no body mass left at all. None. It's all gone. All the muscle tissue, everything, it's gone. With that, I feel weak. I went to Walmart. I wasn't there for more than 45 minutes. I got to the self-checkout, and I was fortunate. I ran into my youngest son there, and I asked him if he'd stick around till I got out to my truck. And he said, why? And I said, well, I'm just feeling a little off today, and, it's just nice knowing that somebody's around. And he said, yeah, I'll stick around. Because at the self-checkout, I couldn't even use my debit card, my credit card, which I always do, because I couldn't see the pad to punch in my PIN number. I figured the only alternative would be to have my son come over and tell him what the number is, have him punch it in for me. But, I'm old and I'm cynical and prideful, and I just didn't want to do that. So I dug in my pocket. And I had plenty of cash on me, so I fed the machine cash instead of using my card, because I could see the amounts on the bills, but I couldn't see the display on that punch pad. Well, when I got out to the truck, my vision was so bad, and I got brand new glasses, man. Well, I couldn't see for a half an hour. I sat in my truck. I didn't feel safe just driving in the parking lot with the way my vision was. So I sat there for a half an hour and waited for my vision to balance back out. And then it was fine. It was good. But losing my vision, I started to feel wheezy and dizzy and yikes. And finally, I felt good enough. I could drive. I felt alert and got myself home. So it's at that point where it's like I was explaining to Travis earlier, I did a huge study on surviving in the outdoors, right? On foodstuffs in the outdoors, wild fruits, vegetables, wildlife, blah, blah, blah. And the caloric intake that's required in order to survive that way. You can survive for a very long time without ever eating. Now, I am eating some, so I stretch that out quite a ways. But I'm not eating enough to maintain my weight. I burn more calories every day than what I'm able to take in. Yeah, me, Devil. You're right. Yeah. I'm conscious of that now. If I feel it, and I could feel it coming on before my vision actually went. I could feel it coming on. So if I get that feeling at all, I just pull over and park, man. I'm not going to drive down the road. I'm not going to be that stubborn to say, oh, I can do it. I can do it. I'd rather park on the side of the road, and if it doesn't clear up within 45 minutes, I'll get on the phone, call my youngest boy. He's local, so have him come pick me up. But at this rate, if we can't figure out a way for me to get the calorie intake, I need to add pounds back on, not just balance it. I'm beyond the balance point. I'm, like my doctor said, she said, you got 10 more pounds to lose, and we're going to consider you at the critical state. She said, which will probably mean long-term hospitalization. Well, I want it answered before it gets to that point. I'm sure hoping they can do it for me. Sure hoping they can. So that's why I'm cutting the YouTube schedule back to 2 streams a week, because my doctor wants to see me as often as she possibly can. And me Dibble. That's so true. Yeah. And that I'm very health conscious about I watch my health really close. It's like being diabetic. I love to hike. Man, my feet. I take care of my feet. My doctor said, she said, I'm amazed that your feet haven't gone to hell on you, because I've been fighting diabetes for almost 30 years. And she said, by now, you should have had problems with your feet. She said, you take such good care of them. I said, you're damn right. Damn right. They get me around. I'm going to take care of them. Well, now the rest of my body's so weak, it doesn't matter. I got good feet, because I can't. Travis, for his Tales of the Campground Host channel, went to local waterfall here, Morgan Falls, because they had a candlelight trail hike in there and back. And the Forest Service went and set up all these candles along the trail all the way back to that waterfall. And it looked, he did a little video about it. I wanted to be there so bad. I knew I couldn't do it. It's less than a full mile in. But I knew I couldn't do it. I knew if I would have made it in there, I would have made it back out. I've got such big plans and hopes for this summer. Running Water bought a big new planter for us, because we're going to plant gardens. I've got these trees, all these trees to clean up, and new fire pit to put in the yard. And I wanted to do some camping. So I fight it. I do not want to become depressed over it. I try to stay upbeat. Hey, if it's my time, it's my time. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Nothing I'll be able to do about it. You can't stop Mother Nature. And it's just, it's not that I'm not ready to go. I don't want to go. Yeah, I don't want to go. And that's it. Yeah, me devil. That's what I try to do every day is think about what if, if we can stabilize my weight. Because right now, if spring was here and I could be out there working, I wouldn't be able to do it. I might have the will. I definitely have the want to. The will is there. But the body won't allow it. What makes it real difficult is I love the outdoors. And I don't want to have to enjoy it sitting out here on the porch, just waiting to die, for crying out loud. I don't want to do it that way. That's right, Dean. Fight it with all I got. Don't give up hope. No, I don't. I've seen people in a lot worse situations come out of it. And yeah, that's why, a lot of people, when they say, oh, you can't trust the doctors today and this and that, and on and on. Well, it's at that point where it don't matter if I trust them or not. They are the only alternative I have. I try every day to consume enough calories to make damn sure I wake up tomorrow. Yeah, me devil says, anyway, you can't go. I want to get over there and buy you a beer at some point. I want to be able to enjoy a beer. Yeah. Oh my God. If I could take a beer and drink the whole beer while it's cold. Oh my God. That'd be pure heaven. That'd be pure heaven. All of these great foods. I watch these guys, they're cooking on YouTube. Mojo, I love the guy. Mojo's the best, man. Every single thing he prepares, I sit here and I just start craving, and I wish I just want to taste it. That's the thing, is I miss all those flavors. I love my tacos, my burritos. I love my homemade chili. I made a big pot of homemade chili when running water was home. I ate 3 teaspoons and I was sick for 2 hours. I made 3 gallons of chili and I got 3 teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons, small spoons in me, and that was it. And that's all I got. I got to taste that at least. I got to taste it. And one of the worst things about this, you would think I'd be just craving. I just got the hangries. I got to eat. But no, I'm not hungry. I'm not even hungry. No. So that part of it is kind of good, that I gotta say that as far as hunger pains go and the like, I'm not suffering that way because I don't feel hungry. I have to force myself to eat because I just don't feel hungry. Yeah, me too. It's dangerous watching people cooking to YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, get her done, Granny. I love it. Great comment. Yeah. Who would get her done, Granny said there. You make me want to say F it and quit worrying about everything and just go fishing every day. If my illness proves to be my downfall, I hope with somebody out there gets out of it is get out there and do whatever makes you happy. Yeah. And I get the most out of every minute you have. Yeah, me devil with a direct feed tube. Yeah, no. I already told them no. As long as I'm the way I am and I'm not feeling like I'm starving, I don't feel like I'm starving. I just am starving, dwindling away to nothing. Yeah, Dean, you're right. I live on. I got close to 1,000 videos posted now, 1,000 postings with all this 200 and some Sty stories, and then all of my other videos, all of my other live streams, all of that. It's all on the channel. So in a sense, if I'm gone tomorrow, I'm still here. And I'm sure you haven't watched them all. So there's a lot of Sty there to go around. Yeah, Granny, wasn't that, man? You got that wall hanger. You got that big fish on you've been dreaming of, and then you have a heart attack, right? And it's over. Die with a smile on your face. My youngest boy got mad at me Friday at the store when I told him, I said, I need spring to come, everything to dry up, no snow, all dried up, so that when I have one of those days where I don't even know if I'm going to make it through the day, I'll take myself something to drink, maybe something I can nibble on a little. I'll drive myself out in the forest to a place that is generally frequented by people. Not where the odds are that you're going to see somebody while you're there, but people do go there. Find me a beautiful tree looking out over a beautiful lake, sit and spend the whole day just taking it in. Because if I feel like I'm passing, that's the place I want to be. Yeah, Dean likes where Granny's head's at. Yeah, so do I. That's a beautiful way to look at it, boy. Yeah, me, Dibble. I tell you, so that people understand, I'm not looking for sympathy, really. I'm not. It's just being in your company, all of you. It's what makes my day. It's what makes my day. Yeah, Dean, that's right. That's right. I tell people I've lived 6 lifetimes. Yeah, I can't say that I didn't live a full life. That'd be pulling your leg. I still got a ton of Sty stories. That's one thing I will try to do, and that's try to maybe throw in Sty story bonus occasionally. If I'm feeling really good on a specific day and I know I don't have a doctor's appointment early in the morning, blah, 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 I'll do a live stream. I'll pop one up on a Wednesday night or something, and I'll post it as a Sty story bonus, and do a Sty story. Try to get my Sty story list burned up. Get as many of them on here as I can. Oh, look at here. Hey, John. There's a good buddy. Yeah, me, Dibble. Yeah, John, you missed my whole explanation. I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well. Mentally, I am. I'm trying to keep my spirits up, man. But my health, no, they ain't gonna put no tube down my throat. They're not gonna tube feed me. They need to somehow disable these glands so that I can chew and swallow. I don't care what they do. Just disable the glands so I can I want to chew and swallow. If I can't do that, that's a basic function in my life, to feed myself. If I got to be fed through a tube and a food syringe, I've been on that road. My mother worked for 50 years. 50 frickin' years. Still can't believe she did that. She worked 50 years as a nurse for a nursing home. As a nurse's assistant or whatever they called her. She ended up being administrative in her last few years, but thanks, John. Thanks. Yeah, take out those damn glands. And then the condition has caused other problems. Like, okay, I didn't sleep for almost 3 full days. I had 2.5 hours in 72 hours. I had 2.5 hours of sleep. Yesterday, I sat on our couch here. We got double recliners, one on each end. I got one end, running water the other. I kicked back in the recliner and I was playing PlayStation just to take my mind off of things for a while. So I'm playing PlayStation and I stopped at this one part of the game and I looked at the clock and it was 11:45, going on noon. And I thought, try to eat something. Try to force yourself to eat something. Then I told myself, yeah, but I feel so tired. And I thought, okay, I stuck a pillow behind my head and I kicked back and I go, I'm going to take a short little power nap and then I'll go eat something. So I figure it was about noon. I zoned right out, went to sleep just like that. Now I hadn't slept for the 3 days prior. I went to sleep just like that. I woke up and I'm going, oh boy, that was one heck of a nap. That felt good. And I looked at the clock and I go, what the heck? Is that clock broke? It said it was 11:15. Well, that's when I decided to take a nap. Well, I knew I had slept for a lot longer than not at all. Then I'm looking and realized looking out the one window, it's pitch black out there. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was 11:45, 11:45. That's when I realized it's going on midnight, and I fell asleep at noon. I had slept for over 11 hours, 11 to 12 hours. And right now I feel like I haven't slept for 3 days again. It's because I have no excess energy. York peppermint patties I eat. That's something that I do add, but it's all just fake energy. It's just really has crap for food value. But thanks, me Dibble. Hey, hope to see you next time we're streaming. Thanks a lot there, bud. But hey, Kathy says, love those. All these Yorks are great. But oddly enough, I can nibble on these damn things. And for some reason, it won't click. It just doesn't trigger those glands. As long as I don't eat them too quickly. So they give me a little extra push, little extra fake energy, That's what amazes me is I sit here and I eat candy. And it made my mouth water, Kathy says. Sorry, Kathy. Oh, shucks. Didn't mean to do that, do you? I wish you were here because I got a big old bag of them. I buy them in these big bags. They're like 2 pounds in the bag, 2 pounds of those little individually wrapped ones. And because they're not affecting my blood sugar, I just sit and I chow them down. Snickers came out with a new one that it's the caramel Snickers, and it's crushed peanuts, kind of like the texture of a chunky peanut butter. Instead of big pieces, it's smaller pieces of peanut. I can eat those too, like these peppermint patties, or these York patties. And those things, oh gosh, those taste good too. Yeah, those are my two favorites. I got Mounds bars, I like those. And I got Reese's peanut butter cups, I like those. And Kit Kats. Terrible, eh? Oh yeah, the Reese's peanut butter eggs. I bought a package with 6 in it. Oh, yeah, it takes me about an hour to eat one of those bigger eggs they got. Yeah, it's weird. That my doctor can't figure out either is where'd the diabetes go? I mean, hey, Gary Irwin just dropped in. No, I'm not doing well. That's what we're talking about right now. Physically, I'm not doing well. My doctor is booked solid for the next 4 weeks. Every single slot is filled, and she starts seeing patients at 6 a.m. in the morning all the way through 5:30 p.m. daily, 5 days a week. And she's booked solid. What they did was they put me on an immediate call list. If anybody cancels a doctor's appointment, she ends up with even a small window of availability. They'll give me a 45 to 1 hour advance call to get my tail to that clinic so that she can do more blood work and tests and blah, blah, blah. She is doing everything in her power to line up some specialists for me. And like she said, at the rate things are going for her at their clinic, I'll probably see these specialists a lot more than I see her. But she said that a couple of them she wants me to see once they hear my condition. She said they'll be getting you in real quick. Someone asked me, aren't you worried about the cost? No. I'm finally fully insured. I'm on Medicare, and I've got all 3. I got A, B, and D, or C, whatever it is. I got the 2 right from Medicare, and then I got the drug plan too, the prescription plan, which is good because my prescriptions are dirt cheap. $4 a piece. $4 a piece. So that I could swing that without any issue. So that's working out. That's where it goes. So I'm not worried about the costs of getting this squared away. Yeah, I hope so too, Dean. I'll keep you guys updated every time that we do a stream. Yeah, I'm glad. I've had people say you need a different doctor. No, I don't. This doctor has saved my life 3 times. I mean, literally. Without her involvement, I probably would not have made it. With my heart, on 2 occasions. And when my gallbladder was ready to burst and they misdiagnosed me and they had me on observation, 24-hour observation. And the surgeon that removed my gallbladder said, you wouldn't have survived in 24 hours. And it was because of her. She walked in the hospital room, took one look at my chart, walked over, gave me a couple of pokes and prods and said, we're going to have ambulance load you up right now. And I said, well, you got to wait for it to get here. She said, no, it's already at the dock waiting for you. She told me flat out, just a description of your symptoms, what's going on. I figured out what it was. And she said, I had to come in and make sure. She said, yep, we're sending you to the big hospital and they're going to get your gallbladder out of you. And they did. I wasn't in it was an hour ride to that hospital, but I wasn't in the hospital in an hour and I was already at surgery. So they took care of it real quick. She's right on top of things all the time. But I've been seeing her for 18 years. Hey, Mystic Bunny, it's so good to see you. What I really like about my doctor is she believes the things I tell her. Because I'm just blunt with her. I tell her this, I've got this symptom, that symptom, blah, blah, blah. And she listens to everything I have to say. I don't think she's ever interrupted me when I was explaining how I was feeling about something, you know. It's tough. I see John, Adventures in the Heartland and Mystic Bunny, and we camped together a few times now. And then I see Travis. He was up on the panel with me tonight for a while. And, not knowing if I'll ever be able to enjoy those camps ever again. Hey, John, I'll show you something. Look at what I got Friday. Now, you guys get to see my legal name. So don't let it shock you. Yep. Citizen Stewardship and Partnerships, Volunteer and Service Region 9 Award for Don Sty Wilkes. They, like I had told people before, yeah, my birth name is Don Wilkes, but nobody knows me by that name. Even the U.S. Forest Service, I'm Sty to them. Sty North, that's who I am. I haven't been Don Wilkes for years. The Get It Done Granny already knew my legal name, yeah. I've disclosed it a couple of times over the last few years, or last couple of years. Hey, Justin. That's cool. yeah, I never expected to get an award. I mean, we're talking a huge national forest. There's 1 million acres in the Chequamegon National Forest, and I hosted 2 campgrounds for 4 months, and then I hosted 6 campgrounds for 2 months. Well, thanks, John. I'm glad you thought so. I feel bad that I couldn't host this year. Thank God I talked to him last month and told him, no, it can't be done. It can't be done. I couldn't do the simple daily chores. I can barely keep house here right now. But I could tell they're very disappointed, but they're behind me all the way. You know, they're not disappointed in me, you know. Oh, for crying out loud, John. Yeah, we got a new member. John's a member. Love it, love it. Another hiker on the trail. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's one thing I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know. I tell you what, to my dying day, I will do my absolute best to be on here with you guys. The comment was made earlier by Me Devil, I believe it is. I'm going to scroll back here. Where was it? Oh, I got it. Oh, Lordy. Oh, there it is. Me Devil said, I understand that, but I'm selfish. I would miss you. Now, I've said it before. Why do I have a YouTube channel? Not just because I want you folks to have enjoyment. It's pretty selfish. It's pretty selfish. Why do I do live streams? Because I love hanging out with all you folks. I love hanging out with y'all. Like I said earlier, you make my day. You really do. If I didn't have you guys, I'd sit here and veg out on the couch and starve to death. But because I have you guys, you gotta have something to look forward to, you know. And seeing you guys is what I have to look forward to, and that gives me a reason every day to you know, do my best, take care of myself, and I got something I'm pulling up. What is it? Yeah. I got Running Water sending me these little clips about, well, I'm not going to get into it. It's dark humor. Oh, hey, look at the folks coming in here. Nicole. Oh, Larry just popped in. Oh, it's good to see you, Nicole. There's Nicole. And then not suitable for children. Oh, it's great to see you. Yeah, that's Lizzie Ann. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, yeah, that's making my evening. Yeah, yeah. Seeing you folks pop in. Some of you I haven't seen in a while. That's so awesome. Justin, you don't. That's too much, buddy. I mean, good Lord, no, 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 no. I've got to. All my needs are met, man. They are. They are. The yeah. I just I can't. I don't think I can ever stress enough how much you folks mean to me. Hey, Scott K, it's great to see you. Thanks. The Justin, you're crazy. You're crazy. Granny, don't you do that. Don't you be doing that. Granny. No, no, no. Yeah, be careful with that super chat deal there, Justin. I get going and I forget, and I go, oh, I better watch my bank account. Yeah. That's why I tell people, no, 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 no. The Oh Lordy. I think I need to update my one computer. It's acting funny. I haven't been using my two outer screens for the last week. I've been just using this one, and the get her done, Granny. You have your own needs to meet, girl. Yeah, Justin, I haven't given up, man. Just so everybody knows, I haven't given up until they tell me there ain't a thing they can do. I ain't giving up. I'm not giving up. I am going to fight this bullshit. Chaucer. Chaucer. Don't, you guys. No. You're going to stress me out. You guys, don't. You guys should be taking that money, put it in your own channels and your viewers, and you're absolutely wonderful. But yeah. You don't need to do that, because that's one thing my youngest son was telling me. Oh, well, you know, Dad, if you do this, you can get money for this, or if you do that, you can get money for that. And I told him, I don't need it. My needs are met. Yeah, but you can get it. You know, you should go get it. No, I don't need anything. I don't need anything. And the way I am physically right now, I can't carry out my wants. You know, so when I see contributions like that, I say to myself, okay, put that money into the channel pool and come up with something for content or something. I don't know. Yeah, Justin, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm humbled. I'm just humbled. Yeah. I'm feeling right now the way I did one time in an airport. There's no kidding. Here's a free Sty story for y'all. I traveled all over the country, flying everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. And after 9/11, it got nasty, man. Flying was a bummer, man. So, get her done, Granny. Look at that. Look. I gotta put that up. She says, no, it isn't for the channel pool, it's for you. Am I gonna have to get out my willow switch? Oh, Granny, whip me, beat me, show me you care. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a bad thing if you're gonna spank me for it. Yeah. Oh, there you go, John. Yeah, I would do that too. I would do that. See, and that's it. That's what pool money would be for at this point. Would be for some back road cruising. That's why spring can't come quick enough. I'm right now, the way the weather's been, we'll see. We already have people talking that we won't have ice out for our fishing opener 1st of May. Now there you go. Now this helps prove Sty is not, he's not giving up. I'm not giving up. 2 days ago, got online and I bought my fishing license for the year. Yeah, I forgot to do it in February because it starts March 1st. But I got it. I got my fishing license for the year. I want to go fishing. I don't care if I catch anything. I just want to go sit on the edge of a lake somewhere or out on my kayak and just fish. Oh, you saw a loon on Lake Michigan today in northwest Indiana. No, not suitable for children. I can't host this year. I've got a few people that are really, they're feeling disappointed. They're not upset with me or anything. They understand once they find out what I'm going through physically. Um, they understand why I can't host this year. I'd love to, man. That 6 months hosting, God, it went so fast. It went so fast. Yeah, Gary, me too. I got cabin fever really bad. Yeah, not suitable for children. I hope I start feeling better too. You know, that's the hard part is for the most part, I don't feel ill until I exert myself, try to do something. If I do anything physical, boom, just like that, I'm burnt right out. I had a very few times in my life where I felt like, oh, I got to find somewhere to sit down. It's that way even here in just our house. And our house is big, but it's not that big. But if I got to do a few things room to room, I'll look at least for somewhere to sit in every room. Because all of a sudden all the wind comes out of my sails, I got to sit down. That's like that hike that Travis went on, him and Stephanie, and they're I think both girls were with, but it's only about 1.5 miles round trip. I could have never done it. Not today. I couldn't do it. Yeah, Gary. Today I sat out on the front porch for a little over an hour. It was an hour and a half, maybe. It was so nice. It was 59 degrees. It was beautiful, beautiful out there. And I just put fresh suet feeders out, so all the chickadees are all coming in and feeding off the suet. Yeah, sit out on the porch and bird watch for a while, and won't be too many weeks, and I'll be able to put the hummingbird feeders up. I'll string out several of them on the big porch here. Then I can just go sit out there and watch all the birds coming to the feeders and the hummers coming in. Okay, Freeman James. Love you, brother. Tell sis I love her. I don't feel left out, James, because I haven't been keeping the family so much in the loop because my children are dealing with their mother is terminally ill. She's only got probably another, if she's fortunate, 6 months and she'll be gone. She has terminal cancer. They are treating it, but I'll find out middle of next week how she's doing, because I think it's on Monday, tomorrow. She goes in for that they are going to do an evaluation, see if the treatments are working at all. And if they are, she gets to take a short break and then she starts her treatments again. Because they said without the treatments, she's only got about 3 to 4 months. She's got 6 to 10 months with the treatments. So I don't know. But I know she's getting close to the final. She's still working. She's still at work. Doggone her. Yeah. I wish she would just quit working. She can go on retirement right now. And she should. She should quit working. But I think she's working because she wants to be with people. And, you know, the socialization's part of it. But it's at that point where her and my youngest son lives with her to care for her at the end, you know. Well, she had him go with her, and they went to the funeral home just down the street from me here, and got everything prearranged and everything for when she passes. It's that close that she felt she had to get that done right away, because in a matter of weeks, she may not be able to do it on her own at all. So, yeah, that was my mother, Justin. She worked until she was, gosh, I don't know, 80 something, 80 years old. Late 70s, early 80s. I don't know. I don't remember. I know she put 50, I believe it was over 50 years in with them. Sorry about the nose dabbing. It's those glands. They just won't quit running. She was a waitress and loved chatting with people. You know what I like are waitresses that are people. They get the best tips out of Sty just because they're people. They don't even have to give me any special attention, but if I see them giving other people special attention, yeah, I'll tip them real well. Because they're giving people a reason to remember them, you know. She listens to them. She communicates with them. And that's what I think is important in life, is that we can share things with each other and just get some enjoyment out of this world we're in, this crappy world. It's not as if we don't have enough problems in the world, you know. It's really nice when you run into somebody that's a people person. Yeah, makes life a lot better. There was this old gal. Oh, I never finished telling you about my incident at the airport. I got distracted. All right. So I'm in this airport, right? Minneapolis airport. Big international airport. It's right after 9/11. And I had already made a couple of flights. And and realized all the hassles, man. You walk through the metal detector. And then they beep, 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 digging in your pockets. Oh, you found one last couple of coins that were in your pocket or something. You walk through, beep, beep, beep. What the heck? And then you realize it's your belt. You take your belt off, throw that in the basket, walk through, beep, beep, beep. Oh, it's my watch. Little things that you never had to worry about before. Well, then Justin, you're distracting me again. You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I forgot to add a comment. Well, you didn't forget this time. Oh, you're plumb crazy. That's enough. That's enough. Out of you. Love you. Love you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. But so I realized, and then I'm wearing a suit, right? I wore a suit. I was on a business trip all the time. I'm wearing tied shoes, so you got to take your damn shoes off, put those in the basket and everything. So I figured it out. You go in the most comfortable drags that you would wear at home, sitting in your living room watching TV, and you don't expect anybody to knock on the door. So here I am in this airport with a beat up old pair. In fact, it had a big hole in the one leg. Old sweatpants, right? Them old sweatpants and a hoodie. Loose fitting hoodie with the front pocket in it. Carried my wallet in that front pocket, my car keys, a couple of little things, any change I had. And I'm wearing old beater tennis shoes that I don't even tie them anymore. I just slip them on and off and walk it. Damn strings are all wore off, everything. And a pair of white crew socks, I could walk up there, kick them shoes off. Only takes 2 seconds, throw them in the tray. One handful of a few items out of that pouch, throw that in the tray, walk right through, nothing beeps. Okay. So I'm standing there. I needed a smoke really bad. Well, you're not allowed to have cigarette lighters, right? Once you go through the security. Well, I had already gone through security and I wanted to have a smoke. Well, all I got on me is my smokes, but I got no cigarette lighter. So I got a cup of coffee, right? A mug that I brought from work. I run back out. I go past security and I go out the door into their pull-up area where all the cabs are and everything. I figured I'm going to find somebody that's smoking out there and get a light off of them. Well, I found out that ain't easy to do because nobody's got lighters on them. Except for these homeless guys that are out there with a Bic lighter they spent $1.50 on. And they're charging you $5 to use their lighter. Well, I figured it out right away, man. I paid the $5, got my cigarette lit, and then I smoked 3, just one after another, boom, 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 and I headed back for my flight. But here I am out front of this airport, cigarette in my mouth, holding my coffee cup, and my coffee cup's about half full. And I'm leaning up against that wall, holding my cup, having a smoke, and some guy walks up, and he stuffs something in my coffee cup, and he goes, "Best of luck to you," and he walks right off. And I looked at my coffee cup, I go, "What the heck?" And I pulled it out, soaking wet, pull it out. It's a $20 bill. He thought I was some homeless character out there begging with my cup. That's how you guys make me feel. I felt so humbled I felt so humbled. I took off down that sidewalk, and I'm yelling at the guy. Finally, the guy stopped, and he turned around and looked at me. He goes, "You yelling to me?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you want?" He said, $20 won't do it. I said, "I'd like to give it back to you," because I said, "I wasn't begging, sir. This is my coffee. You stuck it in my coffee." He laughed and he goes, "I don't want a coffee soaked $20 bill either." He says, "You enjoy it. You have a good day." And he says, "Have a safe trip." And he turned and walked out. I was shocked. It was a good faith moment from someone I didn't even know. And he made it clear that he didn't care whether I needed it or not. It just made him feel good. That's humbling. That's very humbling when somebody does something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want a 20 stuck in my coffee either. And at that stinking airport, the only coffee joint close enough for me to get a replacement cup would have cost me almost $8 for a cup of coffee. I drank my $20 cup of coffee. Yeah. Yeah. It was a funny moment, but it was a heartwarming moment at the same time. Yeah. It's terrible. I got a little hum for a few seconds in my left ear, so I turned and looked. And then I realized I got earbuds in. I can't hear nothing in this house. Running water could be in here playing PlayStation over there. Bo, 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 bo. I wouldn't notice it. So I hear this humming, and I'm looking for what's causing that. When no, it was something through the system. And if I can impress on everybody, no matter how bad things are or how rough of a situation you're in, find something to smile about, It'll get you through today, It'll get you through today. That's like once I shut down here now this evening, I'll go sit on the couch. I'll microwave myself one of those cups of soup. I already had my Vienna sausages early this afternoon, but I'll have a cup of soup and I'll be able to eat maybe 4 or 6 Townhouse. I either eat Ritz crackers, 4 to 6 of them, or the Townhouse crackers, Those Townhouse crackers, 4 of them are 70 calories, and there's quite a bit of fats in them. So I force myself to, if I'm going to eat them, I eat 4 at least for the 70 calories. I usually try to get 8 down if I can. But ice cream, those little miniature ice cream cones, man, was that night before last. I ate 4 of those things, 4 of those little cones. 4 of them adds up to 2 of the big cones, and they're like 150 calories a piece. So I got 600 calories just eating 4 stinking ice cream cones. And I have no trouble at all eating them until I get to the cone, the waffle cone. Those I got to remember when I get to the cone, eat slowly, because the act of chewing and swallowing it has to go with that, where the ice cream is melt in your mouth kind of thing, Crunch Bar ice cream cones. I've tried so many different kinds. I would be surprised if I have it. I love them all. I love them all. The I don't even remember what they're called. These ones I get they're like caramel dipped. They got a caramel core in them. All those damn things are good. Oh, and yeah, Crunch Bar ones. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I like it because the crunchies in the Crunch Bar are in that coating, the dip. Yeah, yeah, I've had them. Yep, those are good. Those are good. The but yeah, I'll have my little 11 ounces of soup. I'll get to bed about midnight by the time I'm done with my soup. And then I'll sneak an ice cream cone or two in there. Lizzie Ann, yeah. Hearts to you too. Love you, girl. Yeah, just that they're my favorite. I can understand why that would be your favorite. Oh, yeah. Tasty. And some texture, That's like, I got to stop at Dairy Queen. I love dilly bars with a passion. And last time I bought dilly bars, they didn't last very long. I just want to put weight on some fattening, things that are fattening that I can swallow. And ice cream is. And I want to get better too. I've got my wonderful little adventure trailer, and I have such big plans for it. Cabinets, and the Murphy bed's coming out because I use the hammock, and I got my new generator I used all last season out at camp, and I just want to. There's a couple of remote camp sites I want to go to, boondocking, and I want to. Oh, look at it. You people, you're killing me. Yeah, the Heath Bar. I love Heath Bars with a passion. I love them. Oh, wow. Vanilla custard with hot fudge and raspberry sundae. Whoa. Sounds too good. I've got everything now, John, for that trailer, to have it rigged up where if I can get my health back in line, I'll be able to just hook up to that bugger and head out for camp. Set up and do 2-3 nights. And just pack her back up and head home. All convenient. I got my little buddy heater. I've got my fridge. I got my porta potty. I got, home away from home. Just boom, boom. And it's going to be so hook up and go. I want my health to be good enough I can hook up and go. Oh, Lizzie Ann. Ice cream upsets her stomach. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. My doctor, I'm on call-in basis. She said she'd like to see me every other day if she could until we get this resolved, because it's at that point that if we don't get it resolved, it's not going to be a good outcome. So the way it's set up, she's booked solid for 4 weeks. I've got an appointment out 4 weeks from now, an actual fixed appointment. Couldn't get one any sooner. But they got me on a call first list. Anybody cancels, and I told her it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. It can be 6 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock at night. I don't care. She sees patients from 6 a.m. Well, 6:30 is her first patient, and she sees patients all the way through the day up till 5:30 in the evening. She ends up working 14 hours a day because she's got her before work and after work duties that she has to perform. It's a doctor. And then she's got to go to local area hospitals where her patients are admitted and check on them. But so what if somebody cancels an appointment, they'll call me right away. They asked me how long I need for front end notification, and I told them, I said, half hour. They said, okay, cool. They said, anybody cancels, we'll be calling you. So I don't know when I'll see my doctor next, but I am on an emergency call-in kind of deal. So what she is going to do, if I don't get in to see her next Thursday, she'll set it up probably Wednesday, but on Thursday we'll have a virtual visit, and we do it online. They use Zoom, and we just do it online. I don't get the lab work done online, of course. I'll have to drive in, have them do the lab work. But to talk with her, she said that she doesn't want to do virtual, but yeah, I hope it all gets figured out too, Justin. But I've had this condition now for, well, since the end of May last year. So about 10 months. And over that 10-month period, I lost 80 pounds. 80 pounds. I couldn't believe it when I checked. I didn't realize it till today. But my thigh, between my knee and my hip, at the thickest part of my thigh, I can touch my fingers and my thumb, and it's loose. That's how big my thighs are right now. I've lost all my muscle mass. It's all gone. You can see how the skin's wrinkled because there's no meat anymore. There's nothing left there. I can almost reach around my bicep. It's just, there's nothing. All the muscle tissue, fats, they're all gone. Yeah, out at camp, I was losing weight, and I thought maybe it was because of all the physical activity, and my diet was fairly good. You know, I was doing pretty good, but I was having that saliva issue, but I was kind of working around that, and I was managing to get between 1,500 and 2,000 calories in me a day. but my calorie intake kept getting less and less, and then I started losing the weight, and it definitely caught up with me. But yeah, having my sinuses and my saliva glands constantly running is just insane. They don't know, the doctor doesn't know. I've got 3 doctors I'm seeing for this issue. Not one of them is willing to even suggest what it is. Yeah, now I'm seeing 2 new doctors, totally new guys. We'll see what they have to say. We'll see if they can find something. The biggest concern right now is they want to find out what it is. So I won't be seeing my doctor probably within the next week at least. But the specialist is supposed to get a hold of me either tomorrow or Tuesday about setting up my appointment to the oncologist or whatever they're called. It looked down at my stomach and my throat. And then the other doctor wants a full MRI from my chin down to my stomach and a CAT scan done. I don't know why. If they're doing the MRI, why do the CAT scan? But they're doing both. That they figured it probably gets scheduled within a week. I'll be having that done. So, and then that doctor will review it and then make an appointment to go over the findings with me there. Yeah, and I've already let all the doctors know. You find out what's causing it, whatever it's going to take to stop this from happening so I can eat. And I'll idolize you the rest of my life, man. Even if my life's only another 6 months, as long as I can eat right to the end. So it's at that point where these doctors, they want an answer. They want an answer quickly. My doctor said that I'm on the verge of a critical condition. She said, because if we can't figure something out to get your calorie base up so that you can maintain and or gain weight, she said, we'll lose you within the next 4 months. She said 2 to 4 months is all you're going to last on your current diet. You can't survive longer than that. So I told her, I said, if you guys can't come up with an answer, then basically it's just I guess you just gave me my death sentence is what you did. You know, if you can't answer it. And that's it. That's it. Lizzie, I'm going to stay positive. You betcha. You betcha. Right up to the last day, man. Maybe I'll get one more day. You know, I'll always stay positive. I'll be sad. I'm going to be sad. But I'm also going to be positive about it. That, I've had my fair share of a life. Man, I've done so much. Hey, you have a good night, John. Thank you so much tonight. Oh, you you went way out on the limb, buddy. Love you, man. Love you. Uh, Justin, yeah, I'd love to do a couple of big ribeyes on a fire pit. Yeah, I've got to be able to eat them though. The last steak that I've eaten, I ate with John and Jan. Adventures in the Heartland and Mystic Bunny. Um, That's the last time I've tasted steak. I can't eat it. Right now, I couldn't. You could put the most beautiful steak in front of me, and I couldn't. I wouldn't even take a bite. I'd smell it, get a little bit of steak juice on my finger, and taste it. That's it. Yeah, those T-bones were the best T-bones I've ever had. Those were awesome T-bones. Yeah, it was hard to swallow it, and I did have some issues after the fact, but I got a few bites now, and it was so tasty. Open fire, over an open fire, grilling them. Oh, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. I had 3 T-bones last summer. 2 that Travis brought me as like housewarming gifts at the campground, for my first year being a host. And then I had those 2 steaks, and those were really good. Those were really good. But the ones that John and Jan brought, they were so tender. The whole steak was tender, and flavor was awesome. Was great. Was great. Now, if I could eat like I used to, I could have sat and ate one of those whole steaks. There were 3 of us, and those steaks got chowed down. And in my good old eating days, I could have ate one of those without any issue. I love a good steak, and those were excellent. They were excellent, and they got them for a really good price too. John saying that was the only New Year's resolution I ever really made and stuck with. I was determined to have steak over the fire with Sty North. Yeah. I love it. It's a great memory, man. You and Jan out at camp, those were great memories. The food, the night we had brats when you were in campsite 25 at Black Lake, the night we had brats, that was such a good meal too. Justin saying smoking up some chicken legs and portobello's right now, drinking some spotted cows. Beauty of a day in Minnesota. Yeah, it was a beautiful day, wasn't it? Yeah. When we hit 59 today, I couldn't believe it, man. We got so much snow out there. So dang much snow. It's ridiculous. But boy, it was melting today. A lot of it. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, all of my YouTube friends that stopped in camp last year, it was amazing. It was amazing spending time with folks, and especially John and Jan. They treated me with their presence at camp a couple of times last year. So swatting all the flies at Black Lake in July. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were hungry buggers too. Yeah. Mean little buggers. They were worse than any skeeters. Yeah. That's one thing with Black Lake is it's pretty buggy. That's Beaver Lake campground too. I love that campground. Beaver Lake is beautiful little hidden campground. But all but 4 sites there, the bugs will eat you alive. Too much wetlands in there. It's the 4 lakeside sites are usually pretty good. There's enough breeze coming off the lake to keep the bugs from eating you up. But Black Lake, oh yeah. I've camped a lot at Black Lake and gotten eaten up quite a few times. That's another reason I want to get this resolved, because I want to do some camping at Black Lake with Travis. Gary says, I've heard that a tick bite can make you allergic to meat. Have you been checked out for tick bites? Sorry, I won't ask any more questions. No, I've been checked for Lyme's disease. Yeah, no, negative. Yeah, they've been checking me for all different kinds of things. Especially anything that's in any medical journal that has to do with hyperactive glands. What triggers hyperactive glands? And so far, everything's come back as negative. So, thank you, Lizzie Ann. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You stay safe and healthy yourself, girl. Love you. You take good care of yourself. I know I have a lot of people, they tell me, why are you telling me to take care of myself and that? Quit worrying about me. You got to worry about yourself. Well, no. Okay. I want you all to be healthy, safe, and happy. That makes me feel healthier and safer and happier. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca Felter, it's great to see you. Great to see you there, sweetie. Yeah, I was saying earlier, trying to let Freedom James know he's my brother-in-law. Trying to let him and my sister know, I'm not keeping the family in the loop on this because I don't want it to affect my family. I know that it'll have an effect, but I want them to be positive with their relationship with me. I don't want people mourning me before anything is proven or definite. And so I don't bother them with it. If I got some good, hard news that there ain't nothing they're going to do and you ain't going to last long, then I'll let them know, There you go, Lizzie Ann. Yeah. I might take you up on that if I start feeling really down. I don't get depressed, in that sense, I don't get depressed. I can start feeling sad, but I don't I'll find something to pull me out of it, But it's when I start feeling like I'm feeling depressed. Then I'll contact them, because I do it whatever I can to pull myself out of depression before it even happens. E-Waste Mike says, your old ass ain't going anywhere. I'm not done with you yet. E-Waste, you're just nuts, buddy. It is so good to see you, man. It is so good to see you. You have a good night, John. You have a good night. Have a good week at work, bud. Your last video I haven't watched yet, by the way. So it's short a thumbs up. I gotta get over there and watch that. I'll watch it in the morning over coffee. Yeah. I'm glad to see Mike coming in as himself. Rebecca's trying to find something to watch, but she's still here. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping it up here in just about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm at that stage now where I could sit in a room and just listen to people. Just listen to people. The problem I have is I hear stories from other people. I hear about events and things in their lives that I want to share that with somebody. So even though that's what I'd love to do is just sit and listen. And I've been doing that lately with people's streams, is just watch, just turn them on and let them play and watch and listen. I don't even comment. I just watch and listen to their conversations. And I find myself asking myself, why do you do this to yourself? Because if you hear something totally new, you want to share it. And until I get a resolve on my condition, I can't share something I can't be building this pool of things that should be shared. So I feel a little guilty. Oh, Mike, you have done. You've done so much for me already. That is, Justin, you said earlier, okay, I'll stop. And there you go. Don't try to keep up with Mike. Oh, you guys are crazy. You're nuts. I said it earlier, and I wish you take it to heart. I don't need it, okay? All my needs are met. I will find something to take the night's proceeds next month when they come through from YouTube and invest them into some kind of video work content. Even if it's just fill up the truck and go on a road trip with the camera running. Yeah, Mike. He's going to preach at me now. Look at him. Yeah. Yes, I understand. I give to others for the heck of it sometimes, and it always feels good. But being the giver feels different than being the receiver. Justin says it's for you, Sty, buddy. Just so you're aware, Justin, I love doing content. You know, I guess I haven't done a lot of video content because I just haven't had the motivation. Now these super chats give me a really good reason to get out there and do some content. And that in itself is buying me a ticket to a good time and enjoying it, every minute of it. Yeah. It'll definitely fuel up the old truck and get me out there. I'll go out there with a couple of bottles of Ensure. Yeah. I always like spring when the greenery starts coming in, when things are budding and just the green is just starting to come in. Ice is off the lakes, and I can go grab a camp chair and just plop at the edge of a remote lake somewhere and just sit there and watch the lake and watch the migratory birds coming back in. And so that should be perfect timing, you know. I'll see that at the end of April, and that's about when things are breaking up. Snow should be pretty well gone, and That Mike says, with all the crap I've been through, you have always been there with support and caring. So just a small thank you. Keep complaining and I'll send you a box. That box you sent me, other than a few items that I actually have sitting out, they're on display. But everything went back in that box, and I got that box here at the house. And I still want to do as content a full camp meal using that bedpan and urinal. Yeah. I'll tell you what, folks. Don't ever say, "Oh, well, I'd like to get a surprise box from Mike." Well, if you're very adventurous, go for it. Otherwise, I'll tell you what, those boxes can be a real challenge. Well, I figure I got 2 smokes left, and I'm going to go through those, and then I'll shut her down for the night. Well, you have a good night, Gary. Thank you for being here. Oh, man, it was so nice seeing you. Yeah, I hope it's nothing but good news. Never give up hope, right? Never give up hope. See, I'm not worried about myself. I'm not worried about myself. I see it as another adventure off in the distance. That's something I've never done. That's something I've never experienced. We all have to take that trip someday, but you don't get to talk to those people that took it, So that's an adventure, future adventure for me. So I don't worry about the effect of my failing health and age has on me. For myself personally, I have no fear of it. I'm not that concerned about it for myself. It's others. There are a few people in my life that it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. And oh, wow. Jowser, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Says another for the road, because we love you, Sty. This one's for Twinkies. I'm going to get a box of Twinkies. I'm going to see if I can eat Twinkies. That's not such a bad idea, because they're high in fat content too. Plus they're fake energy. They'll help perk me up, You're too gracious. I mean, I can get Twinkies for a lot less than that. Yeah. But I will. I'll get a box of Twinkies. I'll get it. And if I can swallow them, if I can eat them, I'll eat one on one of my upcoming live streams. Let everybody know that this is a Chowser snack here. Yeah, this came from Fox It Outdoors. Mike. Yes, you call it a night, and you were just way too gracious tonight, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, my prayers to you too. My prayers to everybody out there that they stay safe and healthy, and love you, Mike. Mike has been there for me. Man, has he been there for me. Buy 10 boxes of them. Maybe some zebra cakes too. That's one thing I don't know why I conveniently forget. But Chaucer, he likes his snack cakes too, you know. I know he wouldn't hold it against me. Yeah, when Mike streams, a lot of times I'll have his stream going. I'm busy doing other stuff, and I'm watching, listening to conversations on his streams because I wait for his interactions, you know. He'll let them just rattle on about all kinds of things, and then all of a sudden he'll pop in with a one-liner, and yeah, I get a kick out of it. I just love it. Yeah, it's so natural. You have a very good night, Mike. Buy a whole pie and eat that. It would take me days to eat a pie. I had a gal from the old apartment building I lived in stopped and she gave me a banana cream pie, beautiful, homemade. And, you know, they use like a vanilla pudding and sliced bananas. And she says, I hope you enjoy it. She said, that's homemade. The whole pie is made from scratch. She said, that's actually homemade vanilla pudding. It's not a mix. It's not a box of pudding mix cooked on the stove or whipped with a beater. She said, no, it's all from scratch. That was the best damn pie, but I only managed to get down one slice, small slice of pie, one small piece. And I gave the rest of the pie to the guys over at that apartment. I swung in there one day with it, and walked into their day room and said, hey, I got a pie for you guys. And they said, well, there's a small piece missing. I said, well, I had to make sure it wasn't poison. So they chowed it all down. That's the problem is that there's a lot of things I'd love to eat. And I don't have an appetite. I don't feel like I'm hungry. I never feel like I'm hungry. And I should. You know what I found out? I can't believe this shit. Okay, I used to wear a tight size 38 pants. They were tight. I've lost so much weight. I wear size 32. My belt, the tab on it after I put my belt on is about it's a little over a foot long. Used to only be about 2 to 3 inches long. Now it's over a foot. I cinch it up as tight as I can because I can't keep size 32 pants on. It won't stay up. So I got to punch another hole in my belt. Almost, well, about 1.5 inches farther down the belt. I could wear size 30s right now, and they'd be real comfortable around the waistband. I could stick 2 fingers in on each side, running around. Size 30. Something I found out. size 30 is almost impossible to find. Unless you go online and order them, they're hard to find in a store. Very few stores. Walmart, no size 30s at all. I can get size 28s in the boys department, but then the legs aren't long enough. So I get 32 because the length of them is long enough. I can get them long enough. But I wear size 32s and they're baggy on me. I bought a couple pairs of sweatpants. I had to get smalls, size 28 to 30. And I have to tie them in the front to keep them on. Right down to nothing. So at 145 pounds, I haven't weighed 145 pounds since I was 9 years old. When I was 10, and I won't forget it, when I was 10, my brother said, you shouldn't be allowed to have any of that damn cake. And I said, why not? He says, you're only 5'8", weigh 150 pounds. And I said, what's that got to do with anything? He says, the way you eat cake, he says, you're going to be 5'8" and 175 pounds. We'll all get a little piece of cake and you'll eat all the rest of it. So I weighed 150 pounds when I was 10 years old. I only weigh 145 now, and I'm 6 feet tall, not 5'8". I felt a lot better, a lot healthier when I was 10 years old and 150 pounds than I do today at 65 and 145 pounds. So you can imagine at 145 pounds, my doctor said if I hit 125, then I'm looking at hospitalization. They will put me in the hospital. She said it probably would put you in a healthcare center, fancy way of saying nursing home at first, and then maybe move you to the hospital if we have to. She said because that's the way Medicare works. They're going to want you in a care facility like a nursing home. I said, ain't happening. I'm not going to a nursing home. My family knows that. My family already knows that. I said, if it requires in-home, care, medical care, fine. But I won't go to a nursing home. They want to put me in the hospital if it's a life and death situation. Fine, I'll go, but I'm not going to live in a nursing home. No, it's not happening. And I got to be where I can get online and use my studio. I mean, I will be on here, guys, right to the bitter end. That's like tonight. I told myself, I had told Running Water, I will not do over 2 hours. I'm not going to be up to it. There's no way. This 3 hours and 15 minutes feels like it just went. That's how rewarding it is for me to just hang out with you guys. Helps me feel alive again. It really does. It really does. the what I really like is knowing that if I don't get better and I got to leave y'all, you all have each other. And I just want to know, I always want to know that you guys aren't going to quit reaching out to each other if I'm not here. You got to keep doing this. You got to stick together. You got to go to John and Jan's channels, Adventure in the Heartland, and Mystic Bunny's channel, and all these different channels that we follow, everybody's channels out there. And you got to keep going. You got to stay in touch with each other and support each other. And, you know, I know every one of you give a damn, you care. So keep doing it, with or without Sty. You want to keep me? Like I said, I'm here till the bitter end. I'm just hoping that if the bitter end ends up being the prognosis, you know, that it's inevitable, that I know soon enough that I can do a live stream as long as I can hold up, kind of thing, to just kind of say bye, folks. You know, it's been good, and reminisce about my channel, the 6 years I've been doing this. I want that opportunity if I get bad news. Oh, Granny, I love you, girl. I love you. You are so, I mean, yeah, I think we're made out of the same fiber. I really do. She says, I have loved you as a friend since you let me drink my fireball on your channel. You trusted me not to get stupid. I love it. I love it. You have, I'm not kidding. And boy, did I drink in the past. Man, I drank. But you are one of the top 3 drinking buddies I've ever had in my whole 65 years. You were so fun to drink with that night. Oh, we had a good time. We got a little stupid. I thought we did. We were asking for it, though. We were asking for it. I think both of us needed it, though. A little dose of reality, you know. Let's over imbibe for a change, you know. Heck, get her done. Granny was just used to having a beer or two, and I was at that point where I might have one fireball and that'd be it. And maybe I'd drink a beer. Just not conditioned to really put one on. And that was our Christmas stream that Granny and I got out of control. And Granny, she took the stage, boy. She just, yeah, I loved it. I've gone back and watched it probably 4 or 5 times. Yeah, she says I'm a funny drunk. You are. Yeah, see, that's it. You and I make great drinking buddies, because we'd be laughing all damn night. You betcha. And I always say that that's one thing booze will do to you. It brings the personality out. It shows whether you're a fun drunk or a mean drunk. But what it's really showing is if you live kind of a serious lifestyle, you get down to business and get things done, and you're always busy, get down to business. A lot of those people, when they start drinking, they open right up and they're just funnier than sin. Their real personality pops out. And then you have those people that they're always clowning around and spitting puns out constantly. And they seem friendly as can be, and they start drinking a little bit, and they start getting ornery and mean and controversial about everything. And they just, all of a sudden, they're not very friendly anymore. Well, their true personality is starting to show through the fact they're imbibing too much. And you can tell a lot about a person, how they react when they're drinking. And Granny's saying, and I talked a lot more. Oh, yeah, you did. You did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was no shutting up Granny that night. Yeah. Yep, drinking shows your true colors. That, John, you're so right. And that's it, is I've been so fortunate. I've only found a couple of folks that if I hear they're drinking, I'll find something else to do. I'm not going to hang with them while they're drinking, because they turn into what I call a mean drunk, Otherwise, all of my acquaintances and friends, they're all good drunks. Yeah. It is what it is, right? We're just people. Charles says, I'm a bit of a talkative drunk. Okay, let's see what he's saying there. I also tend to want to play with large bladed weapons under the same conditions. I'll stand back and watch. Yeah. I've had a lot of friends that they start drinking too much, they get brave. They get really brave, and they do foolish things. And you got to kind of babysit them, because they're laughing right through it. Watch me walk down this board across that creek. That ain't no board. That's a 2x4. You ain't walking on. Oh yeah, I can do that. And they're laughing. They're going, boy, this is harder than it looked. And I wouldn't pass the road sobriety test, and off they go and in the creek. And oh, okay, yeah, that was dumb. It's pretty funny, but yeah. Oh yeah. Got to have a few of those moments in a person's life, Definitely do. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I have to try to get some carbs in me and some fats and protein. I got to try to eat something. I got to force myself to do it, and it's late. It's 10:30 here, so yeah, Chalicer, that's it. That's it. It's no point in trying to be serious when you can't even walk straight after half a dozen good hard drinks. That's it. Why be serious? Yeah. Well, good night, everybody. Hey, Justin. Thank you. Everybody. Love y'all. It's been fun. What a great night. You guys lifted my spirits quite a bit. You sure did. And what we're going to do is I'm going to exit dancing with the girl on the front porch. She's feeling bad because I haven't danced with her for a while. But if you're available Thursday night, 7 p.m. around the campfire, we're just going to chat. We're going to chat. I'm hoping we can get some people up on the panel and hang out and chat. Keep this old boy, just keep me entertained. Keep me entertained. Yeah. So, Granny, you sneaky little turd. Them West Virginians, what are you supposed to do with them? That I could have hit the end broadcast and doggone it, girl, doggone it. You help yourself. You take care of yourself and your girls. You take care of home. Love you, girl. Love you so much. Gosh, you people have been just too generous tonight. It's crazy. Okay, so Thursday night at 7 p.m. and then if you can't make that one, Sunday night at 7 p.m., I'll be here, those two streams, every week until further notice. I will be here. I want to meet. I want to see you guys. I want to see you all the time. So until then, you all take good care of yourselves. Love you. Stay safe. Sty's praying for you every day. And until then, you all have a very, very good night. Bye-bye.